Dementia is a wide umbrella for some 200 different diseases that attack the brain cells that control thought and memories. One of the reasons for making this film is that one of my closest friends, somebody who I worked with for a very long time, somebody who I love dearly, has Alzheimer's, the most common version of dementia. Her name is Barbara Windsor. But away from the limelight, Scott, how are you?
I'm good, mate.
My friend Scott, Barbara's husband, was struggling to cope with this devastating news.
Exactly. You may not recognise us in some of this.
Oh, I remember that.
That was the old fun Barbara, wasn't it?
Yeah, look at her.
Of course, you know, we took life quite serious.
Because you did Panther together, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a couple of pantos together. Funny enough, that was a Christmas card.
How were you first aware that something was wrong?
There was a change in her personality. Now, you and I both know Barbara had many facets of personality.
She's an actress.
Absolutely. But there was just something about her that started to go. I felt that there was a bit of... her joy had started to go. There was a slight vacancy that was starting to creep in and a more serious side to her.
I remember going out we went out for dinner, didn't we? And she was becoming more and more reliant on you. Yes, to fill in the gaps for the stories.
Yeah. But the difference was, I knew behind the scenes that I was filling in for a different reason. I was now becoming aware that something was slightly afoot.
Barbara's diagnosis came in 2014 after a series of tests and brain scans. What was it like when a specialist turned around and said to you, it's Alzheimer's?
That was the moment when she just looked at me and she held her hand down and she said, I'm so sorry. Almost like whispered it to me. Like,
she said sorry to you?
Sorry, she said sorry. I just held her hand and I said, it's okay, well, you know, we're going to be okay. I mean, inside, I think I went numb. It was such a shock, Ross.
And at that point, did you just understand the gravitas of what Alzheimer's is? The fact that it's incurable, for instance?
I don't think at that moment in time, I don't know if I really comprehended the whole way forward. Her life has been incredible, and to think that there's so little memory of that now it's just quite awful.
You see all this?
At Scott's request, we're not filming with Barbara as she battles with the condition.
Hooray! Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the lights are now going on. Hip, 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 hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
Thank you for our lovely video. My heart sunk the first time Barbara looked at me and said, I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm not used to this now.
Because you're just, your whole history, it's just like, you know, 24 years or so at that time, or it's just gone in their eyes. She's looking at a stranger, and that's a very hard thing to take.
But Happy New Year.
And Merry Christmas.
Yeah, God bless.
It still flips between now that I can either be the most important part of her world, or she will look at me and suddenly say, do you know where my husband Scott is?
What'd you say to that?
It varies. Sometimes I just hold my hand out and squeeze her hand and smile, and I say, I'm here. And she'll look puzzled and look at me. Sometimes she'll say to me, don't be so stupid, you're not my husband.
Yeah, which is Barbara.
Which is very Barbara, which is, you know... I actually like seeing those glimpses of her, Ross, because it's the old Barbara when she comes out with something funny like that. And that's the other thing about this illness, it's cruel, because it can lead you into a false sense of security.
So you can see you think you're seeing a light, some kind of... this isn't as bad, she's back.
Yeah.
Then next minute, flip.
Yeah, that is exactly the point.
I've seen it in the house.
Yeah.
She'll greet me, know who I am because you prepared it,
yeah.
And then within minutes, who are you? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
And we go on that circle again, that loop.
There's not a day goes by when I don't have lurking in the back of my mind that fear that one day she will be somewhere without me there. that she will look around her and not know what's going on.